then other miners are going to come in and they'll take you down off that top spot. One tip that I wanted to give, I was going to put this in the miner course, but then I decided maybe I should. Hey, this is Travis. This is the second vlog of me mining on Bittensor subnet number 93, Bitcast, where I get paid to create videos that meet advertiser requirements. If you want more information on how that all works, you can go take a look at the whiteboard video or the first vlog. Links are in the description. In the last video, I talked about the competition between myself and Everett for the top mining slot on the subnet. And then by the end of the video, I explained how I was not getting any emissions on the subnet due to an issue with retention on my Bittensor full mining course. So if you want to take a look at that, that's also in the description. But that was really destroying my retention on my videos, which is like how long somebody watched for. And it was too low for the subnet, and so I was getting no emissions from that. Now that course is past the 90-day threshold for counting towards my retention, and it's no longer affecting it, so I'm back getting emissions. So my primary goal for my YouTube channel is to grow it to such a place where it can be my primary source of income, and then I can create even more videos. I've been spending most of my time on the channel already at this point, so it is kind of a full-time job. And now that I'm getting income through Bitcast, I'm starting to look at it more like a business and trying to find the things that are taking me a lot of time and seeing if I can, either automate them or hire somebody to help me with them. And I think that's how you kind of have to think as a top miner on any subnet, is that eventually you'll be making so much money that the incentive is so high that there will be a lot of people trying to compete with you. And if you don't organize the miner, the structure of your business in such a way that you can scale and really earn that top spot in the subnet, then other miners are going to come in and they'll take you down off that top spot. So I think you really do have to think like a business owner now on Bittensor as a top miner. There's probably a few guys in their basements, and it's just like a solo miner at the top of some of these subnets, but I think we'll start to see less of those. So for me personally, it takes me a very long time to edit my videos. There's a bunch of things that go into it. I got to do some research. I've got to write out a script and then record the script, and then editing takes me like at least half the time. So I've hired an awesome editor to help me with editing the videos. He's really intelligent, and I just love working with the guy, and he knows a lot about Bittensor already. One of the nice things about being so early into Bittensor is you get to interact with really intelligent people. So I'll just go over some of the gripes that I have with the subnet so far. So right now it's using AI to determine which transcripts meet the brief description, the requirements for videos. And AI is non-deterministic at this point. So sometimes it says yes, sometimes it says no. It's hard to say if it'll always return yes or always return no as far as ruling whether or not your video has passed the requirements. So that's kind of annoying, and I have to do a lot of work there to make sure that all my videos meet the brief requirements, and one of them didn't. My last vlog video, I tried to make that one meet the brief requirements to talk about Bitcast, and I had put it through and it seemed like it was going to work, but I'm not getting emissions from it. So I'd imagine they need to do a little bit of work on maybe the prompt there and somehow like help the AI think through things in a predictable manner. Another thing that I like to gripe about, and the subnet owner has heard this from me already, is that I want more time to prepare for briefs. Right now it's sort of like they put out a brief on Monday, and then you kind of have to have it ready for Thursday evening to go out on Friday, basically, if you want to be mining from the very start of when a brief comes out. So yeah, that doesn't give me much time to do the research and the editing and everything. I'd imagine this applies to like all subnets, right? Where like you make a big change to the subnet and like how miners are paid, and miners really like at least a heads up, right? Of like, okay, this big thing is going to change in a couple weeks, be ready for it. And then, gives them time to prepare. I think it's somewhat forgivable in Bitcast's case because they're brand new. It's still not even been out a month. Hopefully over time, miners get a little bit more predictability with the videos that they're going to make. And then like one tip that I wanted to give, I was going to put this in the miner course, but then like I decided maybe I should leave leave that out because I think it's kind of like an advanced tip that wouldn't necessarily fit in the miner course, is that if you're a miner, I think it's really advantageous to reach out and talk with other miners. They're your competition, so often they're not going to be incentivized or want to talk to you. And that's fine. You're not going to talk to all of them. But when you can talk to a couple, make friends, that can be very helpful. So I've talked with a few of the other miners on Bitcast, and I think it's been valuable for them and myself just to kind of get our bearings as far as like what to expect from the subnet. One of the things that's really good about being able to talk with other miners is like sometimes you don't know if there's an issue with your emissions and it's you or if it's everyone. So just being able to reach out and say, hey, is everybody's emissions like still good? Have you noticed a difference? Or asking those kinds of questions has been really helpful for me because I lost all my emissions again recently. And it seems like it was some sort of bug in the validation code. So I reached out to some of the other miners and they didn't seem to have an issue. I could also tell on the metagraph that they weren't having issues. So then I was able to reach out to the subnet owner and he, I guess, fixed some code there and I started getting emissions again. But just being able to talk with the other miners to just get their feel on things, and it's just tremendously valuable to not be siloed. And then just before signing off here, I'll mention in the next vlog, I'll probably be talking about what I think right now is a malicious miner that is attempting to sabotage my channel. I don't want to get into the specifics. I assume that they're watching, so hello if you're watching. Thank you for helping improve the incentive mechanism. And yeah, I'll show off maybe some data to support my suspicion on that in the next one.